Hello friends, this is Pug Weasel doing another beer review. Today we're going to review Chimay Ale White Cap. It's just, I picked it up, I don't know a whole lot about it. I know it's one of the Chimay series, so it's supposed to be some of the best in the world. Just to give you the info on it, Beer Advocate gives it a 91, which is in the excellent category. It's 8% alcohol by volume. So let's go ahead and open it up and see what it tastes like and what it looks like. Oh yeah, let me give you a close-up on the bottle. Those of you who are already into beer, you're going to know about this stuff already. You may have at some point seen it on the shelf, saw the price, and decided not to bother. But if you have like a one beer at a time type of deal at your liquor store, go to one of the bigger ones. They tend to have that. I suggest that you do try it. I suggest that you at least give it a chance for that every once in a while type of thing. I'm pouring into what is sort of a Pilsner glass, and I'm getting a lot of foam. I'm going to try to pour gentler here. It has got a nice look to the foam, to the head. When I'm pouring gently, I'm still getting about almost 2 inches. I'm pouring the whole thing because I know I'm going to drink the whole thing. I can smell it right now, and it smells really good, I got to tell you. I think I got some of the yeast from the bottom of the bottle there. Let me zoom in so you can see it. It has a lack of clarity in it that resembles like an unfiltered wheat, except of course the color's too dark for it to be an unfiltered wheat, which is good because it's an ale. But it has that kind of cloudiness in any case. Alright, so I could smell the yeast from this far away. It was in a beautiful aroma. And I'm not big on smelling beers, but I mean it hit me as I was pouring the last of it and the yeast started coming out. Or the residue, whatever it is. It's just got a flowery aroma. It's kind of a yeast, but it's not like a heavy, nasty, fermented yeast smell. It's more of a just a almost flowery. I'm starting to see bubbles rise from the bottom, although they're not sticking to the top, and the residue is fighting its way to the bottom of this glass. So the head is settled at about 1 inch. It's got a nice thickness to it. You can tell that it's a high alcohol beer, and it's very good. It's like a really good Boddington's. If you've had Boddington's, this is like if you had Boddington's and whatever like bitter, like that you tasted in it. There's not a lot of bitter to it, but it resembles like a Boddington's if it was everything you ever wanted it to be. Let's put it that way. You can feel the carbonation. The hops are an accent as opposed to being the thing that stands out about it. Slight taste of bitter. The aftertaste is so light I can hardly tell you what I'm tasting. It's just a very, very slightly bitter, not very much at all. And I think the smell of it adds to the flavor that you're tasting. The slightest hint of the caramelization of the malts. You know, I have always, on a lot of beers like this one, specifically, Chimay, have said, well, this is an after dinner beer. And it's high alcohol volume, so usually I say, you know, after dinner, sipping beer, not something you're going to wash something down with. I think this ale is a true ale to some extent, and it's, you could have this with dinner. You could have this with any number of foods. It's very good for something in, you know, on the lighter side summery, and also for anything that might be heavier, steak or whatever. Again, with the high alcohol volume, if you're new to the craft beers, maybe not for you, but taste wise, I think that you could, this could be something you might try and like. It's not overwhelming. It's not got an overwhelming of the kind of, you have to get used to it. You have to develop your palate type of flavors. It's very pleasant. I could get used to having this around more often. So that is the Chimay White Cap in the yellow labeled bottle. And this has been another beer review by Pugweasel.